What we're going to go through today is how to strap an ankle. I've started to prepare this ankle a little bit earlier. I've put some white underwrap or fixamol on, which is there to protect the skin. It's only really needed for people who have allergies or skin sensitivities, or if you're asking someone to have the tape on for more than a game or a day. When we're taping an ankle, we want the ankle to be at about 90 degrees. So we don't want it pointing too low. We don't want it pointing all the way up. Comfortable about 90 degrees, okay? Now, with our ankle tape, we're making sure we're covering our ankle bones. So this is our lateral malleolus, as well as the same on the inside. And we're being mindful to avoid having tape around this point here, which is called the base of the fifth metatarsal, because that can irritate the tendons. Okay. We're going to start with what we call an anchor. And an anchor starts just above those ankle bones, wraps around the outside of the calf or the ankle, and ends on itself. Okay. We're then going to do some stirrups. Now our stirrups start on the inside of the ankle. They come underneath the foot and finish at the outside of the ankle. And we're being mindful there to avoid that little cross. We're going to do 3 of these, and each piece of tape is going to cover the one before it by about half. So typically I'll put one piece of tape slightly in front, as you can see there. Ripping the tape, sticking it down. And I'm going to do another piece of tape slightly behind. Now some ankles that are smaller may only require 2 pieces of tape. Others may require more. Okay, so we're going to stick that down. And we're just trying to make sure we've got no minimal creasing in the tape. Making sure it's sticking down nicely. Okay, so there are our stirrups. We're then going to start with our figure 6s. Now our figure 6s are similar to our stirrups. So they start on the inside. They comes underneath the ankle, but this time it wraps around back to the start point. So on the inside of the ankle. And that's one figure 6. And the other one we're going to do just in opposite. So this time we're going to start on the outside of the ankle, wrap underneath the foot, and then come back up and finish where we started. Trying to avoid creases where we can. Okay, so there are our figure 6s. And our last 2 pieces of tape are going to be what we call heel locks. Now these are the most challenging, I find. So what we want to do is start with our piece of tape on the front of the ankle where that anchor was. We're going to target the Achilles tendon. We don't want to be too tight here, just having it sticking down there. Then it's going to wrap underneath the foot and then come back up and try and finish approximately where we started. So it sort of wraps all the way around the ankle and the heel and finishes where we start. And we're going to do the same thing, but this time on the inside. So starting at that top of the ankle where our anchor is, targeting that Achilles tendon to that middle of it. Try not to be too tight around it. Underneath the ankle, coming back up to where we started. Just ripping the tape, trying to keep those creases to a minimum. And finally, just to make it look clean and neat and stay on, we're going to put one more anchor all over all those end pieces. Good. Make sure we pat any bits of tape down. Make sure it feels okay. We can always check if it's too tight by doing a little pinch on the toes, making sure that the color's returning. Ask your client how it feels.
Feels good.
Good. Make sure there's no pins and needles or numbness, and we're done.